Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Sunshine Cup, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Donphan. Yes, I said it, Donphan of all Pokemon, my goodness. I gotta admit guys, this Donphan was a bit of a game time decision. I had my eye on it for a while, and I started diving into the matchups, and my goodness, I was impressed enough to actually run this thing in the back as the closer. And also on this team, we've got Vigoroth on the safe swap. Vigoroth is here to draw out any potential flyers that may be lurking in the back. Because Donphan does not necessarily want to deal with the flyers like Noctowl particularly. As well as Pidgeot that can spam off those debuffs. So Vigoroth on the safe swap. And speaking of Noctowl on the lead, Noctowl's basically our flying type counter, as well as providing nice bulk and general damage all across the board. Noctowl amazing on the lead. I'm telling you guys, if you were looking for an amazing answer to all the Vigoroths in the meta, you might want to give Donphan a try. But here we go, picking up a positive lead coming in the form of Gliscor. They make a play in the G-Fisk, and it is Donphan time. Here we go. This is why we've got Donphan on this team. I had a feeling they would just YOLO the EQ, but I didn't think it would do that much damage. I did check the matchups, but I checked so many that I think things got a little bit blurred, and I thought that would do a lot less. But here we are, baiting successfully, getting the body slam, and getting too greedy and going down with energy. That is not good, but, you know, hey. One of the first few battles with Donphan, never ran this thing before, so still getting the hang of it. Decided to call this, and they are just YOLOing EQs like you wouldn't believe, holy smokes. I thought for sure they would bait there, but that is okay. We tank that like a champ, and they bring back in the Gliscor onto our Vigoroth, and we've got a body slam here loaded for it. This is a non-shadow, so it does tank damage quite a bit better. Tried to catch a Night Slash here. But they did hold on. They're just chipping and dipping here, seeing Noctowl as quite tanky. And they've got another steel type in the back, so very interesting. Triple ground team. So now what we need to do here, guys, we are up a shield. We need to stall like we've never stalled before, because this thing is going to start debuffing us into oblivion, and we have to shield them. We're not concerned with the damage from these Poison Fangs. What we are concerned with are these Dragon Tails that will slowly but surely start to add up. As tanky as we are as Noctowl here, we have to shield these Poison Fangs and stall the clock. So, gonna get off this Shadow Ball. They can tank this, but they shield, and my goodness, they gave us an opening. It's a race, holy smokes, and we make it to the Bulldoze. Holy smokes, rank 6 Vigoroth coming in clutch. We're saying bye-bye to the Steelix. And now we are in a much better position here. Holy smokes, this team is quite fun and quite effective. We live in Night Slash, no problem, and they are 2 wing attacks off from their next, or 3, excuse me, from their next Night Slash. It doesn't matter. We're saying bye-bye to the Gliscor with no shields, courtesy of our low HP Noctowl. You love to see it. Good game, well played. Oh, Donphan, so clutch, guys. I love this thing for this meta. And here we go, picking up a pretty neutral lead. Victini here, running quick attack. And of course, we can threaten with these super effective Shadow Balls. As it is a Psychic type, we're going to bait Victini, not known for its bulk, in the Great League format, and we do successfully bait here. And gonna tank this V-Create here. It does hurt, but we do tank it quite comfortably. They need 2 of those to KO, and they swap to clear the debuff, as it does lower their defense. And they make a play into a Vigoroth. So we're going to chip this Vigoroth here and unleash Donphan onto this Vigoroth. This is why we're running Donphan, guys. Everybody's running a Vigoroth, and Donphan handles the Vigoroths quite effectively, let me tell you. 1, because we're only taking neutral damage from the counters, and 2, because we win CMP tie, so you can play right on up to the CMP and win every time. They're thinking long and hard, and we should not have overtap there, but that is okay. We don't need to worry about it too much. They have now lowered their defense yet again. So we're going to put the pressure on with our Noctowl here and lose CMP tie. So this is fine. We're going to put the hope and faith in the Vigoroth up a shield, as Vigoroth up a shield beats just about everything in the meta. And looky what we have here. Holy smokes. This is looking pretty good for us. We have to play carefully. We knew that this was just a rock slide that did not even bother building up to the EQ. They are just trying to put intense pressure on us, and we're going to fire off this bulldoze here and grab a shield from the G-Fisk. So now, seeing that, guys, I'm thinking we can go for an aggressive counter down here. All we have to do, they're just going to go straight rock slide. They want to chip the health and grab shields. That's what they're trying to do. We will give them the shields because we know that Victini is energy dry, guys, and we can counter this thing all the way down to Funky Town. They're not making it to another move. That Victini is energy dry. We've got a bulldoze. It has no shields, which means we are saying bye-bye to the Victini, courtesy of our Vigoroth. You love to see it. That's going to be a good game. Well played. My goodness, guys, this team puts in the work, I'm telling you. And here we go. Noctowl Mirror. So Noctowl's on this team to counter the opposing flyers. And that is what we're going to do. We're going to stay here on the lead. We do have a decently ranked Noctowl. Most Noctowls do have a tendency to win CMP tie over mine. And that is fine because of that attack weight. They're missing out on a bulk point that allows us to wing attack down after both sky attacks, so we're fine. We beat most Noctowls on the lead, but they generally will swap out after the second sky attack, and we do play to the CMP tie here to play it out just as I described. Anticipating an aggressive swap, we're going to look to swap ourselves to get ahead on energy. At the very least, if they stay in, we do get ahead, but they do have the same idea. And they've got a double in the back, so we do quite fine here. Going to shield up the body slam and look to get to back-to-back body slams here. Actually, we're just going to throw on 4 and throw here. They are at their body slam here, and they do shield, so very interesting. So they're over farming, so we're going to take full advantage of that and really put the pressure on this double. They do let that one go, and it looks like they're going to full send a payback here, and that is absolutely fine. We've got a rank 6 Vigoroth. We survived that payback, no problem, and we counter down Vigoroth. OP, you'd love to see it. They wing attack us down with their low health Noctowl, so we're going to meet this with our own, and they've got a Vigoroth of their own in the back, and it is Donphan time. We're slightly behind, but that is okay. Look at these counters absolutely shred right through this Vigoroth. Guys, I did the research. This is why we're running Donphan, to counter these Vigoroths. And we do grab a shield from them. And guys, like I said before, the reason why I love Donphan so much as a Vigoroth counter in this meta is because we win CMP tie. We got through a counter. They're at theirs. We're at ours. We win CMP tie. Oh, Donphan is so clutch. We say bye-bye to the Vigoroth, and we counter down the flying type known as Noctowl. You love to see it. Donphan doing what it does best on this team, and that is close the game strong. Good game, well played. Donphan closing the game strong in that last one. That was awesome. And here we go. What is also awesome is this Swampert lead, and it's not a shadow. So we thoroughly dominate this Swampert here. No problem with our Noctowl. They are going to stick it out here, at least for a little bit. We tank 2 of their Hydro Cannons, no problem, and they cannot farm down. So they do have to throw a third move. They do outpace, so we are playing with that in mind. Gonna throw this sky attack here and grab a shield, an early shield from the Swampert. They did not need to shield that. But that is fine. We don't need to shield this either. As I said, we survived quite comfortably, and they cannot farm down with double resisted mud shots. They make an aggressive play into a Noctowl of their own. So what we're going to do is actually chip this Noctowl and align our Donphan onto this Noctowl here. Up a shield will do just fine, and knowing that they have a Swampert, we don't want our Donphan anywhere near the Swampert, so this is the right alignment here with what we've seen so far with this team, and we grab a shield from them. That was very interesting. They may not be familiar with the moveset on Donphan, and they go Shadow Ball. We tank that, no problem. So gonna look to play to the CMP tie here, and it does look like that is what occurred, and gonna throw the body slam here, really hoping this KOs the Noctowl, but no, they hang on by a slither of HP, holy smokes. But we're not gonna shield this, gonna let this go and keep the shield advantage for Vigoroth to absolutely go on a rampage for this end game here. They come back in with the Swampert, and they still could not farm down, guys. We were only one wing attack off, so we're going to do some nice neutral damage to the Swampert. And they do finally realize they are not farming us down, but we're going to actually shield. We only need one shield for Vigoroth to do what Vigoroth does best. They aggressive swap into a Stunfisk, and here we go. This is just about nighty-night sleep tight, my friends. We tank one of any move. This is not an EQ. They did not even bother building up to it. So we're not shielding it. Just like that last Stunfist, they're just going to look to pressure that last shield and chip away at our health. That's fine. We know their play. We know what we can tank and what we cannot tank. So what we're going to do is just play to the CMP tie on the next rock slide. That is what occurred. And we've got the energy necessary to close this out. We are saying bye-bye to the G-Fisk. And we capped out, maxed out on energy because we knew that we could store both a Bulldoze and a Body Slam. We've got this Body Slam. We're saying bye-bye to the Swampert as well. Vigoroth, one shield flexing on the opponent's team to close strong. You love to see it. Good game, well played. I gotta say, guys, I have been thoroughly enjoying this Sunshine Cup meta, guys. It's not all RPS. If you can manage your energy appropriately and manage your shields, you can have some success in this meta. I'm enjoying the meta, I must say. But here we are, another Noctowl mirror matchup, and we do lose CMP tie, so I'm expecting that at this point. That's why Noctowl's on this team. It's here to handle the opposing flyers, and we're gonna fire back with a sky attack of our own, as Donphan doesn't really want to go up against the flyers in this meta. And this time we win CMP, so we have identical attack. You don't see that too often, and they are gonna let the sky attack go from our end, and we will let theirs go as well. Because like I said, I'm confident that we will be able to wing attack this Noctowl. That is generally how it plays out with my Noctowl. And they've got a Vigoroth in the back, so we got just the answer to this Vigoroth on our team. You'll love to see it. Noctowl coming in so clutch, allowing us to win lead, which means that we control the alignment here, guys. Gonna shield up this Body Slam, and they make an aggressive play into a Swampert in the shadow form, so we're gonna look to do some nice damage to the Swampert or grab a shield. We grab the shield, so we're gonna make the play into Vigoroth and try our very best to grab that last shield. We're not shielding anything from this Swampert. Vigoroth is just in here to absorb damage. If we can grab that last shield, we're going to be in a very, very good spot. I'm going to go for this Body Slam. It will not quite KO. Would have gotten them quite low, but they decide to shield, and that is beautiful. We let this go. No problem, guys. They will have some residual energy, but that's why we saved the shield. We have to shield up this Hydro Cannon 100%. That would be quite disastrous for us with our ground typing. And they aggressively swap back into their own Vigoroth, so this is beautiful, guys. Gonna go for this Body Slam here. I don't think it will quite KO this Vigoroth. It does not. They do hang on by a few HP. And we will survive this Body Slam from the Vigoroth. We just have to get to a Body Slam to KO that Swampert. It is energy dry. We got that counter. We have the Body Slam, and it is nighty-night sleep tight for this Swampert. I'm telling you, Donphan. We say bye-bye to the Swampert. Donphan coming in super clutch. You love to see it to close the game strong. Good game, well played. Oh, Donphan was so much fun. Left standing in the end. If you play this team correctly, that is what you should see. And here we go. Another Noctowl lead here. That's fine. Again, that's why Noctowl's on this team, to handle the opposing Noctowls and all other flyers in the meta right now. So we've seen this story before in this video. We trade sky attacks until one of us is gone, and usually it is the opponent. That is generally how it plays out. Again, because a lot of Noctowls are attack weighted. A lot of trainers run an attack weighted Noctowl so that they can do much better up against G-Fisk in the Open Great League. But because they are so attack weighted, they miss out on a key bulk point, which allows us to farm them down after the second sky attack. We got the bulk on this one, and we win lead yet again, which allows us to control the alignment. That's the beauty of our Noctowl here in the Sunshine Cup. You love to see it. And they've got a Gligar lurking in the back here. They are ahead on energy, but these body slams will start to add up. Gligar quite bulky, much like Gliscor. But it doesn't hit particularly hard, guys. Thing kind of hits like a wet noodle, and we take that no problem. Now, I am making note that this is a purified Gligar. It is recommended that you run a purified Gligar because it will gain access to Return. Return is a far better move than any other options that Gligar has in its move pool. But they're not really building up to it. They are just going straight Night Slash, and we are happy to bank some energy and go into our own Donphan here. They've got a shiny Obstagoon in the back. This is looking really good for us, guys. We are way ahead. They're down a shield, not expecting a shield, and one-shotting the Obstagoon. Holy smokes! We don't get to throw that big EQ very often just because it takes quite a while to get to it, but my goodness, when you can get off that EQ, man, is it satisfying. Holy smokes. That poor Obstagoon had no hope either way because we had two counter users on our team, and at this point, we're just going to counter down this Gligar. It's trying its best, guys. It just does not hit hard enough, and they are actually going to go down with a shield. We counter down with resisted counters on the flyer with our Donphan. Oh, you love to see it. Good game, well played to them. Donphan putting in the work in the Sunshine Cup. You absolutely love to see it. I would highly recommend if you do have one. And here we go. Vigoroth lead. Not as good as you'd like for it to be, honestly, guys, because at the end of the day, we do have a normal subtyping. That means that we take neutral damage from fighting type damage, and Vigoroth thoroughly outpaces. So this is not as bad for Vigoroth as it would seem. Gonna fire off the Sky Attack, doing some nice neutral damage to the Vigoroth here. And we are just going to play out the zeros here and just put in as much work as we can on this Vigoroth. But they're not sticking around for that. They've got a Noctowl of their own in the back. They did not catch this. This was intentional. We just want to chip away at the Noctowl so that our Vigoroth can come in at a health advantage here. And even though we are slightly behind, we do still outpace to these body slams here. And the Noctowl's letting it all go through. Not sure what else they could have in the back. At this point, I'm thinking for sure there's another flyer. Pidgeot does come to mind. That's the apparently the strongest flyer in the meta. I tend to disagree. I think Noctowl is the best flyer, but hey, it is what it is. So at this point, I'm reading Pidgeot, but oh, holy smokes! They got Shadow Moltres. Holy smokes! I thought that was a Talonflame when I saw the typing in the midst of the battle. Yeah, that completely threw me off. They shield our Body Slam as they are quite squishy, and we aggressively swap into our Donphan. My goodness. Yeah, this thing hits like a truck, guys. This is a Shadow, and Moltres hits super hard, and it's a lot more playable now, guys, because it has Wing Attack. Holy smokes. I'm super nervous here, guys. I don't think, yeah, this is not going to happen. This is not going to happen. Because we didn't get off our move. We go down with energy, and both of our remaining Pokemon are quite low. Holy smokes. Hats off to them. Rocking the Shadow Moltres Spice in the Sunshine Cup. That was the last flyer I was thinking of, and hats off to them. That thing put in the work. My goodness. Good game, well played to our opponent. Had a blast with Donphan on the Sunshine Cup team. It was a lot of fun and very effective. And here we go. Double lead. This is fine. We're quite comfortable here in this double matchup. Provided they're not running Wild Charge, although we do tank one, but this is not they don't seem to be running it because they're not bothering to build up to it. They're just going Body Slam. And they've got a Party Hat Noctowl of their own in the back, so we're going to chip. That's what we do on the Noctowl save swap. A chip, and it looks like we are actually going to play this out a little more because we recognize that we do have quite the energy lead on this opposing Noctowl. So We are back to Pokemon do quite well against the double. And as I've said many times throughout this video, our own Noctowl is here to handle the opposing flyers. So we get off both of our Sky attacks, and then we make the play into our own Vigoroth here. Gonna shield up the Sky attack and preserve health, and look to counter down this opposing Noctowl, as loaded energy on Vigoroth is quite valuable. And they come in with the double. So that's fine. Gonna fire off this Body Slam here. Double, quite tanky, can tank that no problem. And we're gonna fire off Body Slam number 2 here. The question is, do they want to shield this one? It would not KO, but we would be getting them quite low. And they're farming for days. That means that they are looking to just go straight for the payback. But guys, again, rank 6 Vigoroth tanks that like a champ, no problem. And they aggressive swap into a Pidgeot. So they were running double flyer, and that is absolutely fine. We chip with a Body Slam, and now we make the play into Donphan here. Gonna let this go. They have to get the shield down, so we do let that go. Just the Feather Dance, and we are just gonna look to get to back-to-back Body Slams here, just as they're getting to their next potential Feather Dance. And they do let that go. Very interesting play by them. So now we can shield this and counter down. I'm sure it's another Feather Dance. That is okay. We are now quadruply debuffed, but it is just fine, guys. This will still be able to KO this double with a Body Slam, no problem. Even with the debuffs applied. Gonna throw one and then go for our Body Slam, and this will be Nighty-Night Sleep Tight for the double. We say bye-bye to the double. And Donphan, 3-ball flexing on the opponent to close the game strong yet again. You absolutely love to see it. Good game, well played to our opponent, and that is the team, my friends. How about Donphan in the Sunshine Cup? Holy smokes. Oh, I had so much fun with it. Like I said, it was a game time decision. I had my eye on it during my early analysis of the Sunshine Cup meta. You know, I was thinking about it, and I decided to run with it after breaking down some of the key matchups. The one that stuck out most was the clean victory over Vigoroth, quite easily for Donphan, and that was enough to do it for me, guys. With all the Vigoroths running rampant here, seeing that Donphan absolutely dominates Vigoroth, I said, hey, say no more. We're rolling with Donphan, and it was all smooth sailing from there. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.